Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
We continue with the prayers of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Verse 57. O Devi, when will you, while you are eating, affectionately give me, whose heart is dedicated to you, the nectarian remnants from your lotus-like mouth?
Who is delicate? He is totally surrendered. Who is totally surrendered, they are qualified. They are receiving the mercy. If my devotion, my sincerity is not there, we cannot get this mercy. This mercy only comes when we are fully dedicated to your lotus feet. Only one point here. We have many ideas and many points for giving devotion, my delegation. Then she not feel qualification. Here only qualification, you are one-pointed surrender to her or not. And one-pointed surrender is surrender. Many-point surrender means no surrender. I am many-pointed in working on with the many projects is not surrender. One-pointed delegation, fully surrender is required here. And the person who is totally surrendered to the Swami, they are not working, they are working more. Because she needs devotion practice, then what they know, doing something, sure doing. But doing for her boss, her Swami. Everybody is working for boss, material boss. And some boss is working for her. And that service is 24/7. This is the beauty of her surrender. We work more and 24/7 without stopping ourselves when we surrender to the Swami, because there is always service for Krishna in her mind. Meeting, thinking, working only for one pointed, because she teaches how she is one pointed, surrender to Krishna. Only delegation is one pointed. There is no many pointed. So when fortune will come in my life, then she can give her jutan from his mouth, from his reverence, from the mouth.
Prasad.
Prasad. And that prasad is unconditional mercy. You eat and your life will change. You see the Mahaprabhu life? Only he is throwing the prasad and giving the prasad. Because this is the only way, Swami way. By the giving something, life change. When she gives, he gives her love with that. And that change our life. It's not sadhana bhakti. It's not any sadhana. Nitya Krishna, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Nitya Siddha is a perfect Nitya, always Siddha, Krishna Prem. Sadha Kavuna. There is no sadhana prescribed to get it. Sadhana, no sadhana is possible to get Krishna Prem. Suddha Chitta. Our chitta has to be Suddha, pure. Sravanadi. Only by listening. Kare Uday. Automatic, like a Uday means sunrise. It will rise in our heart automatically. So how it can sunrise? Suddha Chitta will come when my devotion and one-pointedness will come. That is Suddha Chitta. Mind is fixed for one pointed. And I don't want to deviate from that. That's a Suddha Chitta. When the mix, like a gold is mixed with many metals, then you bring to goldsmith and he take out make heat, too much heating, and then it melts. When it melts, many particles are mixed there. Silver, other metals are there. When it metals, he has a trick to take out other metals and pure gold to come. That is Suddha Chitta. When the purity will come, then it's a pure gold. So Suddha Chitta means there is no mix-up, other desire is there. Many desire was there, but all desire is finished because my Chitta becomes pure. Suddha Chitta. Sravanadi, Karayuda. When Suddha Chitta will come, only one desire will happen, to listen for my goal. And that goal goes through Swami Radhika because she is totally one-pointed for Krishna. How I can learn that? To be a one-pointed without her mercy. So she gives her youth and ravenous to eat, and then your mind will change. And when your mind will change, then you will become one-pointed. Mind has to change. Many project has to be one project. That's the point. And if I is the project, then all project is for her. One-pointedness. That is pure good. Suddha. Yeah.
Mana Shiksha.
Mana. We have to make our mind pure. And mind is becoming pure when one-pointedness comes first. Yeah.
Srila Raghunath Das experiences the wonderful rasa of Sri Radha's sweetness in his heart. When the viewer sees a most lovely thing, he feels ecstatic and astonished.
There are two things. One is a doer, one is a viewer. If you are doer, you cannot be a viewer. One is the acting in the theater. and one is watching to the theater. Right? One is the actor and one is a viewer. So when we are acting as an actor, then others become viewer. Lord becomes viewer to see us. He is watching. When the time will come, when you will see me again. Like a mother is a viewer, and the children are doers. They play with the toys. Right? When they play with the toys, then mother is watching, father is watching. They are busy with themselves. And when they become hungry, they start crying for the mother, please give me something to eat. Then this viewer becomes doer, and doer, and doer, mother becomes doer. She starts cooking for the child. And the son starts watching, mother is cooking, and they start waiting for eating that. So when we become viewer from doer, then we can see this sweetness. We have to change our consciousness to a viewer, not a doer. Second Shatamrit, Adi Nila 4 canto, when foolish child can understand Brajendra Nandan. Means we have to be like a child, like a viewer, to watching to the mother. We have to walk to her Swami. And she starts doing. And she starts teaching and feeding us. So we have to be a viewer watching what is happening now. And then when you will watch, every moment you will be the surprise happening. Yeah? What? Read what you...
This is the same Prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasha aham karavimudmatma kartaham iti manyate.
Give mine.
No, but
Read.
German. It's in German, this book. So it has to be translated. But it's speaking the same idea. The soul thinks I am the doer, but I am not the doer. This is the biggest illusion, huh?
The confused spiritual soul who's under the influence of the false ego.
Confused. Read what is
the confused spiritual soul who is under the influence of the false ego.
You see? What is confused? Because I am a conditioner. If I know my soul identification, we are conditioned with my false ego, with my circumstance. Please sit down. Why are you standing?
Thinks himself as the doer of his activities.
Yeah.
Which are in reality executed by the three modes of material nature.
Yeah. Three modes of material nature. What is the three modes? Ignorance, passion, and sometimes goodness. And if I am in goodness also, then I am conditional with my senses. I do my good things of senses in good condition, in good activities. Because of the condition, I am living in the three passions. We cannot think out of goodness. There is something pure goodness also existing in this world or not? We don't understand that. Only we move in one ring, circle, sometimes goodness, passion, and ignorance. In 1 hour, so many times moving to me. But we have no idea the Satoguna and Vishuddha Satoguna is also existing. That's the Pancham Purushartha, fifth effort. Living in goodness is good. But if you know your identification that you are a soul is more better, then again you will come with that consciousness because you will not identify your senses. You will identify your soul. But my false ego is not living that time. It still is there. But if you go in a Vishuddha Sattva, by devotional practice, if you identify your Sarup form, how many steps you will come down? You will come down from Sarup to the soul and soul to goodness. 2 steps. Not immediately you will run for the ignorance and passion. No. Try. That to try. That to try. And 6 effort is also there. Rasa. 6 efforts is this, that which mallow I am, I don't want to change my mallow. Like I am living in Vatsalya Rasa. I don't want to change that. I want to be a mother. And I want to be always feel as a mother. Prabhupada said, by your devotional practice, you'll get the Sarup. And Sarup, when you start living in Sarup, then you got the perfection in Sarup. That is the Sarup Siddhi. And Siddhi means perfection. Siddhi means the stage of practice of a spiritual life is perfection in your identification. Is the goal of a spiritual life. In which mallow you want to be with your lover, with your Istadev. Lover means Istadev. Oh, I want to know about God. Knowing to the God is an information gathering. हाँ कहाँ से आए भाई?
चाचा जी दिल्ली से।
हाँ?
दिल्ली से चांदनी चौक से।
अरे अच्छा बेटा, जय रात, कैसे हो?
ठीक है।
कब आए?
हम लोग चाची जी के पास बैठे थे।
रिमूव दिस गिटार। हाँ अच्छा अच्छा।
चाची जी के पास बैठे थे, काफी देर चाय किया था।
अच्छा। कहाँ रुकोगे
नहीं चाचा जी, बिहारी जी के दर्शन करके निकलेंगे।
अच्छा तो कब आए?
सवेरे निकले थे।
दोपहर में प्रसाद पाए थे?
हाँ प्रसाद पाया चाचा जी थे।
अच्छा।
चाची जी के पास थे हम दोपहर से।
अच्छा, वेरी नाइस, वेरी गुड।
अभी
और सब ठीक है
जी
ना?
चाचा जी आशीर्वाद।
बहुत दिन बाद आए थे।
जी वो भैया का फोन, भैया से बात होती रहती है ना प्रशांत भैया से,
अच्छा,
तो अभी फोन पे तो बोल
आपके साथ हैं सर? चांदनी चौक से?
जी, ये सब चांदनी चौक से हैं।
अच्छा, राधे राधे। बहुत अच्छा है, इनके साथ आया करो वृंदावन।
जी सर।
जय राधे। ठीक है,
राधे।
जय राधे। यहाँ दर्शन किया आप?
जी सर। बस अभी हरी जी के लिए निकल रहे हैं।
या, तो आज गाड़ी से ही लौटना, ज्यादा लेट करना नहीं, फॉगी वेदर।
हाँ, नहीं निकल रहे हैं बस सर। ठीक है, राधे राधे।
राधे राधे। खुश रहो।
राधे राधे।
So, what I'm telling you.
How to come out of the three modes and to come to the spiritual platform.
We only work for 3 modes. What is this? You know, is a religious practice. And a spiritual practice identifies, when you identify your soul, is your spiritual practice. Till your 3 mode is a religious practice. We want to be only good. This is the goal of my life. I don't want to know much than this. I want to gather information with goodness about the God. That God exists and He is the Supreme. You know, in Vrindavan, nobody tried to find God and Supreme Lord, who is the Supreme. Go to Brajavasi home. Without doubt, they believe they love Krishna. One time I went to one Brajavasi home. He said, I'm a Hanuman Bhakta. I said, wow, Brajavasi and Hanuman Bhakta. For me was surprise something. We think that Krishna Bhakta, we all Krishna Bhakta. I said, very good. So he brings to his deity room. It was Hanuman was the maid, and I see there is Gopal also. I said, you have also Gopal here? He said, he's my Lala. He's my child. So we pray always to Hanuman for my Gopal. You see the devotion of that. He's not a god. He's my Gopala. He's my child. How I can worship to him? He's Gopal. I worship Hanuman for his welfare. You see? This is the Brajavasi mood. I was full of tears to see that. This is love now. He's my child. He's my child. I only pray to Hanuman for his welfare. And he protects my Gopal. I say, he's a supreme personality of Godhead. What you say? He's my Gopal. To taste him, I say, he's a supreme. You say, child? You see, yes. All of you, my mother worship, we worship just like my Gopal, mine. He's mine. How I can worship him? You will worship your Balram. Then he is not your Gopal. He is not your child. Your motherly love will not happen when you know him supreme. Love is important. Supreme is not important for me. See? This is the real love. You see, I was so surprised. Like this, no any Brajavasi home where Gopal is not there or Radha Krishna is not there. But they are secondary, primary, they are not. They are Katyani's family. They worship Katyani for benefit of Gopal. They don't pray to Krishna. Radhik gopis are praying to Katyani to be close with Krishna. This is the love. Why I will ask to my lover, my son, my friend, my beloved, give me that. I will give him. Why I will ask? And when you will recognize him, God, then you will ask. And Prabhupada said, we have to develop relation. I mean, if you develop relation, how you will ask? You can ask to, if you have a relation, you will ask in relation. If you have no relation, then you ask. If you have relation, you give. You never ask. Unconditionally you give. What you have, you want to give. You want to fulfill her wish. This is the relationship. So 22 times Prabhupada writes in the page 4, read again. And count how many times he writes, only one page, 22 times, relation, 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 relation. If you ask to the writer who writes the book, one word they no repeat, 1, 2 times, 3 times. If they repeat, he is not a good writer. And Prabhupada forget that, and he writes 22 times relation. Why? For us. He don't bother as a writer what they say to him, but he want to help us. Relation is the most important thing in devotion, in loving relation. Relation without love cannot come, and without love devotion cannot come, and without devotion you will not develop your sarup, and you will not develop perfection in that. In page 4 he writes, my dear, and everybody never read that page. And when I read page 4, I don't want to go further for that. Because I understand what Prabhupada is writing. It's all Bhagavad Gita is there. Whole Bhagavad Gita he conclude in the page 4 introduction. What you can say this? You read 100 times Bhagavad Gita slow. And if you don't understand this, you will never understand Bhagavad Gita. Right? You maybe remember all the sloka from beginning to end, but you don't understand without this page. Radhe. So, relation is important. And what was that? You see, I forget the subject when I go.
And how is relation coming? When we become the viewer and not the doer, Guru. This was the beginning.
Viewer is a relation. You viewer, become viewer, means you start looking the theater. You start looking everything. Everything in this material world, you start looking. You do, but as a puppet, what they move you will act. That is not a doer. When somebody play on your with the head to the puppet, then puppet start dancing. So we not doing. We are viewer, we look that, and what he guide, we dance that. We are in the hand of the puppet, we in the hand of her Swamini, boss.
Our boss.
We are moving as my boss requires. No?
And then, Gurudev, we are in Vishuddha Sattva. We are on the highest platform.
That soul up to soul, you cannot go to the relationship. Because this bulb is a super soul, and this light, small baby light, is a soul. And they are 10 years minimum, but I think they have no relation. Because one is soul, one is super soul. But the form can only develop relationship. Like Sharanagati can develop relation with Ashraya. Ashraya? Right? Ashraya can develop relation with Sharanagati because your identification and love in your form is spiritual form, inside, soul form. You are mother and she is daughter. So this is Sarup, but spiritual identification makes Sarup of divine things. And material identification makes material condition. But this is the same. By devotional practice, what I do in my life, so totally it start. We identify with my Sarup, and Sarup Siddhi is the goal of my life. When I will not fix my Sarup, I cannot develop this perfection to live there. Clear or not?
Very clear.
Is clear?
Yes.
Very clear.
That is a fifth effort. And sixth effort, when my one form is fixed forever, eating, sleeping, sitting in the toilet, taking bath, I am living in that mood. For me, everyone is become like that.
Rasadasha.
That is Rasa. I am a Manjari of Radhika, and I am a Kinkari of Radhika, and I am want to be always in this darshan. This always to feel that, living in that. This is Siddhavastha. And this Siddhavastha, many are living. Like Narayan Maharaj. He was living in Rasadasha. Anandas Babaji, Prabhupada. How he can write so many books without this rasa? Darshan, divine, siddhi, perfection is there. All these Mahajans, Bhakti Siddhanta, all they are elevated so much highly. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Vinod Baba is still here. You see it? I see them so fixed in Rasadasha. No diversion in that. So, if we will not see the higher goal, how we can move for that? Or we can move without knowing. only to gather information that Krishna is the Supreme Personality is a two beginners. To know the A and trying to write and writing different varieties of design of A is like this. Knowing about Supreme Personality also. He's only trying to practice to write in different designs.
The A.
A. Primary school. Are you are supreme or not supreme? What is the business? I don't want to remember that you are supreme. You are my friend, that's it. And I don't want anything from you because you become my friend. That's it. I will pray for you every place where I go because you are my friend. I always need your welfare. What is the business that you are God or not God? Or you are poor or rich? I don't need anything from you. What is my business from you to get from you anything? If I have no love, then I will get something from you because you are supreme. What is the business supreme? Mother Yashoda never accepted supreme. He wants to show every whole inverse to his mouth. Krishna is a black magic. It's nothing, some black magic happened to me. It's not possible. He is my child. How I can sit inside his mouth?
Yes,
This is the love. Motherly love. Mother cannot believe that my godson is supreme. Bogus. Too cheaper. Motherly love is more higher. So this supreme want to take this motherly love. Supreme not get this motherly love. For that he comes. Friendly love. So many friends of Krishna, but the Sridham and Sudam love was the highest. Why? Their love was more selfless than others. Sudama went for something. Uddhav was living only for information and gathering information that he was Supreme Lord. After that, he don't understand. But Sridham and Sudam was more close. So why this many friends of Krishna? Because you can judge who is the highest and where you want to follow. All God has only one mother, but Krishna has three mothers. Why? Because he is a supreme. Okay, supreme, you want to say more details. What? One is a birth-giving mother. One is who may take care of them like a mother. And one comes to kill to him. Putana, Yashoda Maya, and Devaki mother. Who is the highest?
Yashoda.
Yashoda is the mother. Real mother is Yashoda. Because she has a love for Krishna. And Krishna comes to realize that motherly love. Right? You see, only one beloved, lover and beloved, one. And Krishna has 16,000 wives. Huh? And the gopis, millions of gopis. And all in the love of Krishna. Why this is happening? Because this is the whole creation. Everybody loves to Krishna, but what is the interest behind that love? And in that, who is the highest giving love to Krishna? That Guru said. And you see the queens, Rukmini is the highest, Lakshmi, and she cannot enter in living in the Belban. She cannot enter to Vrindavan because she cannot take shelter of Radhika. So she is sitting far out of Vrindavan serving. By service, she wants to be happy. And you see, Lakshmi is everywhere in Vrindavan. So Lakshmi, Rukmini is taking care in Braja. Why? Because she cannot take shelter of Radhika. She wants to, and then she cannot enter here. Supreme, this is Supreme. Supreme want to come to learn only love. He is foreigner for that. He has no idea what is the love happening. That's the thing. The every highest supremacy is a love. They said love is God. Why? Without love, if God comes, how you will recognize Him? Impossible. Impossible. Love is the thing that He will give you vision to feel it. That Prabhupada said in page 4. Generate your love with your Sarup identification. Then you will get this perfection in your loving exchange with your sweet Krishna. Soul cannot be satisfied without that. If you want to satisfy your soul, you have to be in loving one relation, and relation should be permanent. Right? Oh, sorry. Go on.
So, when we become the viewer instead of the doer, what happens? The narrowing of the consciousness will cease, and the consciousness will be expanded. That's why the Alankara Shastras call astonishment the life force of rasa.
My dear, this is the rahasya. My narrowness makes me not to go in rasa. My narrowness. My narrowness is only to know the Supreme Lord, that's it. Because I don't know much about that. Only I will know that Supreme is, I am right doing. Is okay, but He is giving me. If I develop relation, then I cannot ask to Him. Give and take is going on. It's a narrowness, no? And we are all very interested only to gather the information. Because my narrowness is here there, that I am 20 years practicing to collect information, that I can 20 years enjoy with my narrowness. Benefit from it. If I develop a relation, my I cannot ask. So I'm fearful by narrowness to go into relationships because I burn out in my material life also with relations. They burn me out. I never successful in my relation with any place. My mother, no relation. My father, no relation. My sister, no relation. My friends, never relation. My boyfriend, never relation. No relation. So I'm totally burned out and I'm fearful because of my narrowness not to go here also in relation. Only believe is the God. That's it. Okay, business is going on. It's not business. It's not narrowness.
Total narrow.
Go on. Again, why I do mistake with relationship with him. My God. Go on, repeat this line. I want to say more in this.
So the narrowing of his consciousness will cease when one goes in relation. And the consciousness will
Narrow?
be expanded.
No, read this again. I have to understand.
When the viewer sees a most lovely thing, he feels ecstatic and astonished.
Astonished. We never static and astonished because I am not a viewer. I am a doer. How I will see the astonishing thing? Other will do what I do, astonish fighting with others. I will astonish others that I am a doer and you see how I fight. And enviness is there. And I collect only these things, negative things from us. Because I am a doer, man. Yes. This is the happening. My narrowness. Go on.
The narrowing of his consciousness will cease when he becomes the viewer.
Viewer.
And
So
his-
when you become viewer, you are not a doer, you are a viewer. Then
And then the consciousness will be expanded.
expanded. Your narrowness will go immediately. Understand? When you are a viewer, you expand your consciousness. If you start looking more, what do you say?
Astonished.
No. What?
Broader.
Which screen they say that?
Oh, 3D.
3D. You will become in 3D. You can see all divine things.
Other dimensional. No?
Other dimension also, 3D dimension. 4D.
5D.
Means your vision and will not narrow, it will very large. You can screen more details to others. Huh? You can go inside and 3D means to see the behind the reason. Yeah.
And then you become astonished.
And then astonishment is astonishment. By seeing astonishment. Wow. Surprise. Every moment becomes surprise in my life. Wow.
That's why the Alankara Shastras, the scriptures on metaphors, call astonishment the life force of rasa.
This is the life force of juicy nectar. is a juice, like you are thirsty and you are something to drink. You want some water and he give you something, juice bring to you. So take this cold juice. It's a very relishing. And you say, wow, what a juicy thing you give. You're surprised. Our life is like a desert. We are running, that there is some water to drink. There is some water to drink. There is some water, but it's all like a...
Fata Morgana.
Yeah. It's all desert. No water. This is our material world. And in behind this, somebody bring one glass of what? Juice to you and say, take this. When divine vision will come, you will feel this. How beautiful, relishing things, surprise is happening to you.
Or you find the oasis in the desert, that's Munge Mandya.
It's a temple of love. Because this is the place of harmony, Radhika. Yeah. Yeah.
One more sentence, Guru.
Yeah.
On the one hand, so this comes now, what is the astonishment of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's experience? On the one hand is the great sweetness of Sri Radha that enchants even world enchanting Krishna.
Yeah. What about us? World enchanting, this, what others say, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He enchanted with his rasa. What about us? We are very small worms of him. He enchant, only listen the name of Radha. He smelled, what you say? Flavor of Radhika. He become enchanted. Oh.
Fainting.
He loses control. That Supreme is enchanted only once. Listen, Rasa. What about us? Maybe without of my ignorance and covering, we don't understand. And the day we understand, everything will be changed in mind.
And on the other hand, there is Srimad Das Goswami's great passionate love for Sri Radha that causes a wonderful astonishment in his mind and makes him thirst for her direct devotional service.
That's the point. Why 6 Goswamis follow Mahajan Gatha Supanta? He is so much passionate for this. The drop of passion will come like this in my life. My material passionate will finish. And the spiritual passion will start. That's the thing. Iron cut the iron. Passion will cut your passionate material desire. So, when this passion of Raghunath Das Goswami, one drop will come in my life, life will change. Sri Radhe. One drop. Why we listen this Mahajan? Why we want to be with them? To get one drop, some flavor of him, some vibe of him in my life to change myself. Nothing. Thank you for giving time. This is big homework, I'm saying. Only listening, no. Try to go in to realize this. It will work then. It's not a philosophy. It's a feeling to grow. This is the realization to my soul, is a food for the soul that you can, you see the cow, when they eat, they do pagul. Like this, they move the mouth. This means to digest the food what they eat. And we will not try to digest, then how I will understand the deep meaning behind that. So, my dear brother and sister, try to realize this. Thank you. And in morning time is a very important time. Morning sharing is more important than listening. I introduce one thing with all devotees that who has just a greed for growing a spiritual life, sure not come to my class or my sharing, go to that sharing. I also share. It's not my any words. I come. Class means my words. I am sharing with the Raghunath Das Goswami words. And they sharing what is important for my spiritual growth. And everybody can assess themselves how to go on with that. So my request, sure, come for that and be timely for the prasad. Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go